What is up, guys? And another morning, another grind. And since you guys really like this type of video series, I decided to keep it going. And if you don't know who I am yet, my name is Peter. Just woke up, but I'm gonna film another episode for you guys broke on a budget. And this is a series where I take one camera, one lens, and show you guys what you can do with it, whether that's videos or photos. Okay, and in this video, I'll be taking the D5200, as you can see here, and on this episode, I'm gonna be putting to the test the 35DX Nikon 1.8G on my D5200, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly whether or not this thing is capable of a video. Because if you haven't seen my other video, I've already done this video for photos. Check that out, link in the description if you want to check the other episode. But on this episode, I'll be using this guy with my one and only trusted and lovely D5200 locked and loaded. I do have a friend that I'm gonna shoot and film, and for this shoot it's gonna be a video, so I'll be taking 4 of these guys, right, which should last me more than enough. They're all fully charged. These are the ELA 14A batteries. I'll be taking 4 of them, and to make it a little bit more cinematic, since Nikon cameras don't have IBIS, and this lens right here, as you can see, there is no optical stabilization on this guy. So to spice it up just a little bit, I will be bringing this guy right here. This is my FeiyuTech AK2000 single arm gimbal, and I'll be using this with this guy. But first things first, before I even go there, is when you use gimbals, you definitely want to take off the strap. Fun little bonus segment: if you ever wondered how to take off the strap of your Nikon D5000 series or any camera, pretty simple. It's usually double looped here. All you do is push this guy through, and then you pull this guy underneath. And that is how you ever wondered how you take off the strap. Well, that is how you do it. So if you ever wondered, before I go, how to set up a gimbal, yes, Nikons can also be put on gimbals as well. But first you have to remember, take off the strap. Step number 2, take off any accessories that you will not be using when you are filming. So for example, if you have a lens cap on, definitely take that off, because what you need to do now is you need to balance the darn thing. And by the way, while I patiently balance this gimbal, check out all these resources and my reviews on this in the description below. And if you're ever wondering about what gear I'm using, everything is in the link below. First, you gotta make sure the gimbal is upright. And the simple thing about gimbals, they're all pretty much the same, is you're balancing 3 different axes. First, I put it on to the mounting plate, and then I'm kind of looking which way is it kind of like falling back. If it falls backwards, what I want to do is I want to push it forward. Keep pushing it forward. Then what I want to do is I want to do the up test. So if I hold it up, is it staying up? Next is also the left and right. So if it's tilted too much to the right, I'm going to need to adjust this guy, the back arm, so that it is the opposite way. So whatever way it's leaning, you want to tilt it the opposite way. But you know a gimbal is pretty darn balanced when you put it in any direction, and for the most part, it stays in that direction. And that's how you know it's balanced. Turn your camera on. Settings will be 1/50. maybe at f3.5, because 1.8, there's going to be a little autofocus trick that I'm going to show you guys in field, but for now I'm going to tell you why, even though the lens itself is 1.8, I'm not going to be filming at 1.8 for these shots. And now I am good to go with this guy. Pretty happy with how balanced smooth it looks. And let's get the show on the road, guys. Want more of these where I test out different lenses, different cameras? Make sure you smash that thumbs up button so it lets me know and YouTube know that y'all like this type of series, and I will keep doing more of them. So give me that thumbs up and I'm gonna head out there. Now we're here at the park. I have my Nikon out here. And first thing what I'm gonna do is I'm going to balance it on this guy. So here is my setup. I have my Nikon D5200 on this AK2000. Turn this guy on here. And now we are good to go. Say hi. For the thing with autofocus is what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna focus on my subject first. And then I'm just gonna keep that focal distance at the same, meaning it'll make more sense once I actually record, but keeping my focus, and then I'm gonna, whatever that distance is, I'm gonna keep that distance. Look at the camera, yeah, like that. Play with your hair. Try not to move, just hold there, yeah. Just hold that look, don't look at the camera. So now I filmed that little portion over here. There is this little loop, which is perfect. So I'm gonna get you to plan over here. There's a big loop here. So the purpose of this is I'm gonna get you to walk pretty much around the circle. So right now I am filming at 30 frames per second in 1080 because it is a little sunnier, so I have to change my shutter. Shooting at 1/60, aperture f10, ISO at 100, getting the best quality that I can possibly get, as it is a little hazy up in here. And I'm just gonna get my talent over here, say hi, to keep walking around, and we'll see exactly how this looks. So first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my talent just stay right there. I'm gonna focus on you first. I am on manual auto, so I just half press. So now I am in focus. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So I just want you to walk towards me and then just kind of look down at the flowers and then look up.
Okay.
Okay.
Down and up.
You ready?
Okay.
And do everything a bit slow. And action. Here, right here.
This one?
And then, wait. Come here and go up first. Up. Away from the camera. And then smell it. Closer. Yeah. And then go away and then stand up. So what we're doing right now is, one of the tips when it comes to shooting outdoors is that the sun is very overpowering, and the best thing you can do is you want to find somewhere super shady. And now for my settings, I will be adjusting my aperture to at least f3.5, still shooting at 1/60, and now it can be a little bit more cinematic. So right now I am focusing on her. Focus is exactly, so I'm not gonna put this on autofocus. So my exact step, I'm keeping this distance, and all you do now is just walk towards me. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep this distance. Yep, keep walking. A little overexposed, but I should be fine. I can fix this. Play with your hair a little bit more. Yep, walk straight. Come closer to the right, right. Yep. Look at the flowers, yeah, just chill. Smell the flowers. Look up a bit, don't look at the camera. Yep, up. Look right. Look up here. Yep. So first tip is, as you can see, very dark here, the shade, casting shadows on your model or talent. But you can see the difference. Okay, look at me, and then stand where I was. So you always want to be the sun facing your talent, and look at the difference from that, yeah, versus come back here, versus this, very dark. So now we're scouting the area, and as you can see, there's this big open meadow type of field, and if you want to get really cinematic, what I'm gonna get you to do is super easy. Really chill.
Just sit
No.
there.
So I'm gonna get you to walk through here, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna zoom in on your hand.
Sure, gentle sketch.
I'm just gonna circle. That is very nice. Okay. So now we're over here in the shade compared to that before. As you can see, very overexposed. And over here, there's a tree here for shade. So now my settings are 1/125, shooting still at 60 frames. And now I'm gonna open up the aperture wide open, shooting at 100 ISO. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
So just like maybe hand here, look at the camera, look away, look up, like spin your head like this. Yeah? And action. Like hang it. So have your right hand way over to the other side. Here, I can show you. Hold this. Hold here, come here. Hold it like this and like here. Like this.
Okay.
Like here, maybe like play around with it, cross here. Hold that one pose. Have your left arm down. Left arm hang down. Just drop it. Just drop your arm. Yep. Same thing. Do that again.
Do it again.
Yeah. Hold up. One second. Yep. And let go. So one of the things the challenging part about using this guy is that there's no vibration reduction, as well as the Nikon itself, there is no optical stabilization. So I have to rely a lot on this gimbal. On top of that, using my focus ring, versus if I had a camera that had built-in really solid autofocus and tracking, that would be much more of a plus. But once again, I'm going to show you guys what you can use with this, even though Nikon's not known for autofocus and being very horrible unless you bump up to the Z50 line, is that I can still film decent high quality videos with this, just making sure that I was in focus all the time before half pressing the shutter and keeping my distance. The key theme throughout this video is making sure I have the same distance from my talent and the camera, and not having to have any pull in or pull out shots, as well as making sure that I'm moving, and if I'm moving, I'm keeping the same distance. That is the key takeaway, as well as making sure if you're filming in a lot of light, making sure that you film in shade if you want to shoot more of an open aperture, and if you're really sunny right now, making sure you're shooting at anywhere from f8 and beyond. And that, guys, that was my use of just this one lens. I think if you had the money and you only had money for one lens and you want to make it cinematic, this is the guy. Yes, there's a couple of challenges when you're filming video, like autofocus, as well as, you know, shooting at a wide aperture in daylight. You might need an ND filter on this, but this was my overall test footage of me using a Nikon D5200 with a 1.8 35mm. You're essentially looking at 50mm on a crop body sensor, and I'm going to take some photos after this to show you guys what it's also capable of at the very end, if you stuck all the way to the end of this video. And link in the description for all the gear that you want to check out and everything that I'm using right now. Everything is in the description below. Check out my previous episodes on Broke on a Budget. And my name is Peter. You're watching a Broke Visionary Collective. Get all my stuff, resources. That was my overall video on this guy. Super exhausted. This is a compact lens. Check it out. You're watching Broke Visionary Collective, where we all start with nothing, but you can always create something. Cheers. So now I'm going to be putting on my photographer pants and taking some photos in this big open drop, and I can show you this is one of the best lenses that you get for your camera, especially if you are just a photoist or a photographer. So I'm going to show you what it's capable of. Little bonus action for you. You ready? Super fast autofocus. Ready? Left leg straight up. Left.